And welcome on in to another episode of Getting Well with Terry and Friends. I'm Terry, that's Nick, and we are ready to break down some Saturday baseball and CFL. I thought I would start the show off with apologizing to everybody about yesterday. If you didn't hear, there was a nationwide internet outage, as well as phone and TV for some people as well. Using one of the major companies. They had a major outage yesterday from early yesterday morning until midnight. So unfortunately, I was unable to do the show and was unable to bet at all. So it was a complete day off for me. But days off are actually good because they let you completely refresh. I watched a little bit of the NHL draft, day 2, and got refreshed and ready for today. And we have some games to obviously break down today. And we will just jump right into the first one. It starts here in about an hour. Detroit is headed to Chicago to face the White Sox. Hill against Cueto in this one. Let's see here. If you want the White Sox, you're paying anywhere from minus 156 to minus 169 on the money line. Detroit's anywhere from minus 138 to plus 145. If you want the White Sox on the run line, you're getting plus money with that. Or if you want Detroit plus 1.5, you can get it for around minus 140. For me in this one, I'm taking Detroit first 5 plus a half. So to be tied or winning after 5 innings plus a half, which I got for minus 102. This Tigers team has been hot. They've won 6 in a row. Really kind of surprising me. Probably surprising a lot of people. Garrett Hill, the pitcher they have on the mound today, has pitched 1 game against Cleveland in this winning streak, where he went 6 innings and gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts in 6 innings. And now he's facing the White Sox. He's a righty, so if he was a lefty, that would make this decision a little bit tougher for me because the White Sox obviously hit lefties well, but not so much against righties. And I think we'll get a good pitching matchup from him. Cueto on the other side, 2-4 in the year with a 3.3 ERA, 2 earned runs in his last game against Minnesota, 3 against the Angels, 3 against Baltimore. He gave up 5 walks in his last start against Minnesota, so he's lucky that the Twins didn't cash in more runs than just the 2. But I think the Detroit Tigers are a better team right now, and that's kind of really surprising to say that they are the better team right now than the White Sox at this current time. And I think I like them on the first 5 here. Nick, what do you think here? Tigers and White Sox.
Yeah, I end up siding with the first 5 under in this game. Hill actually pitched pretty decent in his last start. And Cueto, I think, can get through 5 innings and not give up too much. The market's been pointing towards the under in this game as well. And these offenses, I'm not going to trust to put up runs. We've seen Chicago really struggle to hit really anyone recently. Even left-handers, they haven't been hitting well lately against the last couple of weeks. And this White Sox team's got to be the most disappointing team heading into the season. They were supposed to be an elite team to run away with this division, and they've really not done that. So I am going to side with that first 5 under. I've noticed a decent chunk of the tickets and the cash have gone towards the over, and it's gone from a 9 to an 8.5, which those are like those red flags that I see when majority of the money and the tickets are going one way and the line's going the other way. I generally jump on the way that the line, or with the way the bookmakers are moving the line. And for me, that's a first 5 under here in this spot at 4.5 at -110.
Yeah, I agree. If I wasn't on the first 5 plus a half, I probably would have been on that under, just because of the situation. So best of luck to both of us. We'll jump in here to the next one. The Phillies are facing St. Louis. Kyle Gibson on the mound for the Phillies. Dakota Hudson on the mound for the Cardinals. This one was pretty easy for me. It was a quick, easy decision after looking at this one. If you look at the first 5 odds in this one right now, I'll make sure that the odds are still, over 4.5 -115 in this one. Neither of these pitchers are pitching all that well right now. Kyle Gibson in his last game, actually against this St. Louis team, he gave up 7 hits and 6 earned runs in 4 innings. The game before that, he only went 2.2 innings against San Diego and gave up 4 hits and 5 earned runs. The game against that, before that, against Texas, 7 hits and 3 earned runs. So teams are hitting Kyle Gibson right now. And then on the other side, Dakota Hudson, who I did back previously on in the season, he's also getting lit up. 9 hits and 6 earned runs in his last game. 6 hits and 3 earned runs the game before that against Miami. And the game before that, 7 hits and 5 earned runs against Milwaukee. This is a first 5 over 4.5. I don't see anything changing between these two pitchers right now. And both of these teams have something to play for in this game. The Phillies are currently in the last playoff spot, and the Cardinals are the team right behind them. I know there's a lot of baseball left to be played, but these two teams could very well be fighting it out for the last playoff spot. And I expect that they'll both kind of hit the ball well today. So I like the first 5 over 4.5. Nick, what do you like here? Phillies and Cardinals.
I stayed completely off this game, but I lean the other way. I like the first 5 under in this spot here. One thing that's really pointing me towards that direction is, where the hell is this offense gone for the St. Louis Cardinals? They've gone under in 6 straight games, 9 of their last 10. The only time that they did go over was last time they saw this pitcher. And they put up 4 home runs in the first inning against Gibson. I think that Gibson can bounce back and have a much better start here. And I can't trust this Cardinals offense for an over at this point. So absolutely not interested in the over in this one. I would lean towards a first 5 under in this game before anything else. And I can get it at a 5 at -125 on my book. I might pull the trigger on that. I have not decided on that one yet.
All right, a little disagreement there, but what I've seen from these two pitchers lately, it was an easy decision for me in this one, but we'll see what happens. Moving on to the next game, Minnesota Twins are in Texas. Smeltzer against Perez in this one. Perez has been great all season long. I think there was a couple starts. His 2 losses. But other than that, he's pitched really well, 7-2 in the year. He's won his last 3 games, 7 hits and 3 earned runs against the Mets in his last game, 7 hits, 4 earned runs against Kansas City the game before that. But the game before that against Philly, 6 hits, no earned runs. And now he's facing a Minnesota team. The Twins versus lefties, they have been falling in the stats chart, falling right down the standings against lefties. They've not been hitting lefties well. On the other side, Texas is a top 10 team against lefties. Smeltzer, a pitcher I do like to back. I just don't think this is a spot, so I'm actually going against the Minnesota Twins here and taking the Texas Rangers first 5 money line at -115. I think that they're winning or at least hopefully winning, but if I don't, maybe tied after 5. That's why I didn't take the run line. But -115 is a great price to take for Perez at home in the first 5. So I like Texas Rangers first 5 money line minus 115. Nick, what do you think here? Twins and Rangers.
Yeah, I'm going to side with the Rangers as well. And get this, Martin Perez is the most profitable pitcher in baseball right now. And I think he's lost all of 2 first 5. So this is definitely someone I'm totally willing to back here. And I think that we're going to see a good performance out of him. So I'm going to take the Rangers in the first 5 as well.
All right. Cabano says Schwarber home run. Cabano's been great with his home run props.
I can see it,
especially in the in the show. So Schwarber home run. Best of luck there, Cabano. We will go on to the next game. One of my favorite games of the night. The Washington Nationals are headed to Atlanta. Corbin here against Kyle Wright. This one. Let me get the stuff here. Kyle Wright has been very good this year. Kind of a surprising pitcher. I didn't really expect him to kind of pitch this well this year. On the other side, Corbin, a pitcher that we've liked to fade. 4-10 in the year with a 5.68 ERA in this one. But he's pitched well in his last 2 games against Miami and Pittsburgh, but both games were at home. He gave up 1 earned run in each game, but Miami doesn't hit lefties, and Pittsburgh, while they can be a sneaky team at sometimes, they're more better against good teams, and they kind of surprise you and pull off big upsets. Not so much against bad teams like the Nationals. Right on the other side, 9-4 with a 2.91 ERA on the year. In his last game at home against St. Louis, 4 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs. The game before that against Philadelphia, 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run. The game before that against San Francisco, 10 hits and 4 earned runs. So that game, he obviously got hit a little bit more, but he's been good his last 2 games, and he's facing this pretty bad Nationals team. So I took Atlanta on the run line at minus 115. And right now you can actually find it for minus 110 at a couple books. And then I also have Atlanta money line in a parlay, which is a 2-unit parlay with another team. And we'll discuss that in the last pitch. But I like the Braves to kind of continue rolling here against this Nationals team. Nick, what do you think here? Nationals and Braves.
I think the Nationals are a live underdog in this game. I'm on their team total over 3.5. I'm on the full game over 9. One thing I've noticed here is that a decent chunk of the tickets, and this is another one similar to the first game with the White Sox, where 52% of the tickets and 87% of the cash is on the under, but yet we've seen this line go from 9 to 9.5. So it's moved away. It's moving against what the people are betting in this one. So I thought that was kind of interesting as well. So I'm going to side with the Nationals team total over 3.5 because I do think they can get to Kyle Wright here today. And I like the full game over 9.5 as well. I think we can see a higher scoring game.
All right. We will go into the next game and see if we're once again against each other. Okay. San Francisco Giants are headed to San Diego. Rodon against Darvish. This is a great pitching matchup for tonight. Rodon, a pitcher that I've mostly backed all year long. And Darvish, a pitcher that I mostly like to fade. I don't really like to back him because he can be really bad or he's really good. But in this situation, he is facing a San Francisco team that is in complete free for all. Their manager was asked, I don't know exactly how many games ago it was, but he was asked if he's ready to panic yet because of how the team was playing. And he's like, oh, no, we're only like 6 or 7 games behind the Dodgers. Like, we're in a good spot. And they're 2-8 in their last 10, just not playing well. and they're facing this Padres team who's won their last 2 games. And the one thing I do like about Darvish is he's good at home. So he's a huge road home split pitcher. He's really good at home, not so much on the road. So I'm going to back him here at home. Minus 105 is what I got it at. You can find it at minus 108 or minus 110 now. But I like the Padres money line. I think they get the job done against this Giants team that's just in trouble. I didn't take them on the first 5, obviously, because I don't really want to fade Rodon. But I think full game is the way to go here, minus 108 or minus 110, whatever price you can get it at with the Padres. Nick, what do you think here? Giants and Padres. You're muted.
Yep, my bad. Yeah, I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot with my some of these plays today, but once again, I like a first 5 under. I noticed that I got to a bunch of first 5 unders today, and this is another one that I did get to. I've got first 5 under 3.5 at minus 120 on this game. These 2 pitchers I do have confidence in, and these 2 offenses I have no confidence in. This is just a spot here where I expect, even at a low total, that they'll still go under the total, because I've seen them go under plenty of times at these numbers. So I'm on the first 5 under 3.5. This total is low for a reason.
All right. And next up is BetStamp. Use code WILD when signing up for BetStamp. BetStamp is the page that I've been bringing up here to show you all the odds. You can also find my picks there. Let's Go Wild Picks. Sign up, use code WILD, help out the show. It would be much appreciated. We will go on to last pitch, and we will look on here to games that we didn't talk about. The first game here is the Angels in Baltimore. Not a game that I got to. Both pitchers off bad games in their last start, but they both pitched pretty well. So I could see maybe another one of your first 5 unders, Nick. Maybe both these pitchers bounce back, but both off bad games. Lean with Baltimore, just how they're playing right now, but not anything that I would get to. Houston at Oakland. Houston money line is a first team of a 2-teamer that I have with the CFL game, which we'll talk after. And yeah, I have Houston money line at minus 300. I know that's pretty insane, but I do like them to win. I don't really want to take them at minus 1.5 for what that price was. So I kind of added them to kind of get better odds with the CFL game, which I'll just tell you now. I'm taking BC money line, which is around minus 130. But I wanted the better price, so I added Houston to it to get a plus 135 because I don't see Houston losing to Oakland in this spot. We'll go on. Miami and New York Mets is a complete pass for me. The Mets, a team that I struggle with. When I bet for them, they lose, and when I bet against them, they win. So not a team I really want to back right now. So no real opinion on that one. Carrasco is good at home. So I would think that the Mets would probably win this game. Colorado, Arizona was a pass for me. Didn't really look at it much. Tampa Bay, Cincinnati. Hunter Green is pitching kind of bad lately, but he does have those games where he could almost throw a gem. So I'm just kind of passing with that one. Cleveland, Kansas City. Again, not a game I was really interested in here. McKenzie against Heasley. Neither of these pitchers are pitchers that I want to back. So I passed there. Pittsburgh, Milwaukee. I have Milwaukee in a 2-team parlay with the Yankees, which is plus 130. I like Milwaukee to win this game. And I wouldn't talk anybody off the run line. I've seen the Brewers offense not show up at times, and they win games by 1. So I decided to take their money line, parlayed with the Yankees money line. The Yankees game, Montgomery against Crawford. Crawford really good in his last game. But this Yankees team seems to have Boston's number, and Boston seems to be in a losing streak like the Blue Jays right now. So the Yankees are just going to run away with this division, and they're building more and more ground in their lead. And I think they continue today with another win. Toronto, Seattle. I'm passing in the Toronto game. I have no opinion. Manoah, obviously a pitcher I want to back, but facing Robbie Ray, I could see Robbie Ray getting lit up here, but I could also see him pitching a gem against the Blue Jays. And the Blue Jays have just not been playing well right now. So I'll be watching this game as a fan. Maybe I'll add something later on. We'll see. Follow me at Let's Go Wild Picks on Betstamp in order to see if I do add anything, but I'm probably going to end up staying off. And then the Chicago and the Dodgers. It's a Kershaw against Stroman here. This Dodgers team is hot on a good run right now, so they are the second team I have parlayed with Atlanta. 2 units on Atlanta and the Dodgers, both on the money line for minus 104. I really like that parlay. I really like the Dodgers tonight. And want to talk anybody off their run line, minus 115. I may add that, but run lines have been kind of, I don't know. I know Nick's gone over the stats before, but you did mention home teams don't cover the run line as much. So
And yeah, but that's usually baked into the line. Hence why you see the Dodgers at minus 250, but the run line is minus 115. But if you saw minus 250 road favorite, the run line would be like minus 175.
minus 175.
Like you'll see like there's a huge discrepancy. Let me find an example. I'm trying to find something. Find one that would be like you'll see. Trying to find. Compare. Okay, here we go. We have the Yankees as minus 160 road favorites. Their run line is minus 105. But you see the White Sox as minus 160, 65 home favorites, and their run line is plus 125. There's like a 30-cent difference. And they're counting for the home team if they're going to cover the run line or if they're going to win the game, not having that ninth inning.
That's true.
So the numbers are lower on it. I believe it was 68% compared to 83% for road teams, but that is baked into the line.
Yeah, so I just feel safer going with the money line in that instance. The money line is just a safer bet. You just have to parlay it with something, obviously. Nick, last pitch. Anything else in baseball in the games that we didn't go over that you want to talk about? The floor is yours.
Yeah, I'm rocking with the Baltimore Orioles again. They've been a fun team to ride with. I wonder how much of a run they have to continue to go on for us to start discussing them potentially pushing for a wild card, because they're only 4 games behind the Blue Jays right now. But one of my favorite plays today, and I actually put this as my best bet. The Houston Astros, they have allowed the first run to score against them in 6 straight games. It happened yesterday against the Athletics. It happened all 4 games against the Royals. It happened the last game in the series against the Angels. I'm on the Oakland Athletics to score first at plus 210. I think that's an interesting spot there. I like the Mets and the Miami Marlins first 5 under 4. I took the Rockies and the Diamondbacks first 5 under 5. I did side with Hunter Green here, first 5 money line with the Reds at plus 110. On the Guardians and Royals, first 5 under 4.5, as well as the Guardians run line. I like the Brewers run line as well. Taking a little shot here. This could come back to burn me, or this could make me look like a genius. I'm on the first 5 under with New York and Boston. I noticed that the market was moving heavily. Like the money and the tickets are heading completely towards the over, but yet they've moved this line from a 9.5 down to a 9. That is one of those red flags that I say there that point me towards that direction. And then with the Dodgers and the Cubbies, I'm on that first 5 under 4. A lot of unders today for me.
All right. And we will move on along. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers are at the BC Lions in tonight's CFL matchup. This is going to be a good one. So for people that don't know CFL or don't really follow it, This is possibly, I think it's fair to say, these are the two best teams in the league at the moment
Yes.
right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the two-time defending champs, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, and the BC Lions, kind of an underdog that nobody really thought was going to be that good this year. But with a fantastic quarterback, they've exceeded expectations. And now they are at home facing the two-time defending champs here, Winnipeg Blue Bombers. BC is minus 130 all the way to minus 152, depending on where you look. Obviously, with CFL, line shopping is really important because the lines vary. You can find Winnipeg at plus 1.5 to plus 2.5. You can find BC from minus 1.5 to minus 2.5 in different books. I took BC money line, like I said, with Houston money line earlier. I like BC to win this game. I think if Winnipeg is going to lose, I don't think Winnipeg is going to go undefeated in the season. And if they're going to lose a game, this is the one because they're heading on the road to one of the other really good teams in the league in BC. And I think BC squeaks out a win here. I don't think it's going to be a blowout by any means. But then again, with the BC Lions this year, we have definitely seen some big, huge blowouts from them. So far at home, they played really well. So I like to back BC here. You could take the minus 1.5 at minus 110. I did consider that, but I just decided it's safer to go with the money line. I might be looking at the first five as well.
First five.
Sorry, first five. I'm thinking baseball.
Yeah.
First half, you can find BC money line at minus 115 in the first half, all the way to minus 143. So if you only have one book and you're at Bet Rivers, maybe don't bet the first five money line because minus 143 is kind of a not good price. Obviously, when you can get minus 115 for the exact same bet elsewhere. But I like BC to pretty much win the first half, win the full game. So I may be adding the first half here as well. But this is going to be a really good game to watch. These are the two best teams in the league. And I could see a really close game. I could see BC leading and Winnipeg leading and BC leading and Winnipeg leading. And I could just see a back and forth affair. Nick, what do you think here? Blue Bombers and Lions.
Yeah. Looking at this spot here, my first thoughts when I saw this game was, I'm definitely gonna be on the BC Lions. They're coming in off of a great win. They're going to be the more rested team, whatever. But then when you dissect this BC Lions team, yes, they've been great this year. They've been 3-0, 3-0 against the spread. They've put up 34, 44, and 59 points. They did that against Ottawa, Toronto, and Edmonton. Those are you and I know Terry, you've said that you have no faith in this eastern side of the CFL. Those were two of their wins, and then they played the worst team in the Western Conference week 1 and blew them out. On the other side of Winnipeg, they haven't really had that much competition either. This is their first West Coast opponent. They played Ottawa twice. They beat them. They played Hamilton, and they played Toronto. That Toronto game, that was a bigger blowout than people think. It was a 1-point game, but they were up 17-3 at halftime. They kind of let their foot off the gas. And when it comes to Nathan Rourke and this BC Lions offense, this is definitely going to be their toughest matchup yet. This is going to be their toughest defense. And I don't think they put up 30 points against the Blue Bombers. The Blue Bombers defense is too good, I think, for the BC Lions. I lean under in this game. And this is one of those games where if you like a side, you lean towards a total. If you like BC, you bet the over. If you like Winnipeg, you bet the under. I lean towards the under in this game as well. I think this Winnipeg Blue Bombers defense can be good enough to slow down Nathan Rourke in this offense. This is their first true test, and I'm going to side with getting 3.5 points. Now it's down to a 2. I beat a little bit of a line movement with this game as well. I think Blue Bombers can win this game straight up. I think that they are the better overall team still. I think BC could be a little bit overrated at this point because they've played easier opponents, and everybody's seeing how big they're blowing the teams out. And I'm going to side with Winnipeg in this spot here. I'm going to side with just taking the points. I don't know at this point. I don't know if I would take the 2. I like the over. I like the field goal and the hook. The way I got it.
When did you bet that? If you don't mind me asking.
I can tell you in just a second. Actually, I can
Was it
see by
yesterday?
yes, it was
Yeah.
yesterday. I have the ticket here. It was bet on yesterday at 2:32 p.m.
In the afternoon, yeah. So since then, obviously the lines have changed. So if you wanted Winnipeg at plus 3.5, which is a
Which
good
is it
bet
was
because this should be a close game. Like if
yes.
BC wins, I don't see. And to your point about the over under, I could see Winnipeg's defense showing up and BC winning by like 2 points. So I could see a lower scoring game with BC winning as well. I want to talk anybody off the under in this spot, but I don't know. I could see both offenses kind of also heating up. That's why I just took BC because we'll have to see what happens. But
Fair enough.
we'll go on to best, and then yeah, I was going to ask you. So you would recommend the money line for Winnipeg then?
At this point, yes. At this point, there's no point in only taking 2 points. I think so. I think the money line's the way to go.
And that leads us into our dog of the day. And would you look at that? Nick is taking Winnipeg Blue Bombers as his dog of the day. So there we go. For me, I'm taking the Detroit Tigers. I'm not on them full game, but I am on them first 5. So I do think if there's a dog that's going to win today, it's going to be this team that's won 6 in a row. So I have the Detroit Tigers. And Tim likes the Baltimore Orioles. And early surprise, he really likes the Baltimore Orioles today. But we'll go to over or under. And if it works here, for some reason it's not switching. Okay. For me, me and Tim are kind of going head to head here. I'm taking St. Louis, Philadelphia, first 5 over 4.5, and he's taking the full game under 8.5. And Nick, you are going Washington, Atlanta over 9.5 as your total today.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Best bets, best parlay pieces. For parlay piece, for me, Houston Astros money line. Nick, Milwaukee Brewers money line. And Tim, once again, Baltimore plus 1.5. This is parlay piece. Best bet for me, I have 2 units on it. It's my biggest bet of the day. So Atlanta and the Dodgers both on the money line parlay together, minus 104. Nick is going with the plus 210. Oakland to score first. And Tim is taking Baltimore Orioles money line as his best bet.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the show. Best of luck to everybody today in whatever you're betting on. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you're watching on Twitter, come watch us on YouTube. We'd love to have you in the chat. And if you enjoyed the content, smash the like button. We appreciate all the support. And we will see you tomorrow, 12:30 p.m. Eastern, for another episode of Getting Well with Terry and Friends. Best of luck tonight, guys.